gather round for an epic show. Oh yeah, here we go. The stubborn heroes coming out on top. Yeah, we always win. Delving into the darkest dungeons. Always fight to win. Oh yeah, here we go. Now it's time for the stubborn heroes.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Stubborn Heroes, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. And my name is Adam and I'm the Dungeon Master, and the stubborn heroes we have today are Cody, who plays Belgarath.
Hello.
David, who plays Bonnie.
No, I'm the Dungeon Master.
Michael, who plays Thanthui.
Hi.
Billy, who plays Benjamin Grimshaw.
Well, that's me.
Michael, who plays Tyrannus.
Hello there.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That was
See?
good. That was good.
You did it. And of course, our guest today joining us once again from the Hideous Laughter Podcast, Griffin, playing Lopsoc.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back, Griffin. Right at the get-go, right here. Let's plug.
Yay!
Right. I'm back, baby.
Perfect. And right here, right at the get-go, let's just plug everything that you have, okay? I don't want to leave it till the end. I want everybody to know what you're working on, all the things that you want them to know. You go right ahead, okay?
All right, I'll blurb it out. You can find us on at the Hideous Laughter Podcast on any of your podcasting apps. We're currently playing a campaign where we play Carrying Crown. It's one of Paizo's adventure paths. We're playing Pathfinder First Edition. We have another show coming out called Bestow Cursed, where we'll play Pathfinder 2nd Edition. If you're interested in hearing different systems, you can find us at hideouslaughterpodcast.com or on all social medias. I believe Twitter is at Laughter Hideous and Instagram is at Hideous Laughter Pod. We also have a subreddit. Go nuts.
Yeah. You guys have a wiki page?
We do have a wiki page. I don't know how well maintained it is, but there's a wiki page out there.
We have a wiki one too, and sometimes I use it to remember names of characters and stuff from other
from way back when. Yeah,
I'm like, who the fuck or who did this again? Yeah, the fans make it awesome. Yeah, so make sure that you check out all of Griffin's things and everything that he has going on there over in the other realmscape that's known as Pathfinder. And also, if you're listening to this, you can hear Parker and I, actually, can't they?
Yeah, they can. Actually, by the time this comes out, it should have been out for a little bit, but We have another show called Zone of Truth, and we're happy to have Adam and Parker on, talk about this show, talk about homebrew in general, talk about DM theory, all kinds of stuff. We haven't had the conversation yet, but I know it's going to be a good one.
Oh, I'm sure it was a good one. Let's just talk about it like it happened. I mean, you know, when we started talking about, you know, the war in the Middle East and what the best religion is and politics and wearing masks, I mean, we went off. We touched on every subject that you shouldn't touch on.
So yeah, the former Hideous Laughter Podcast, you can find us at all of those links.
And the former Stubborn Heroes.
Yeah, so make sure you check all that out. Okay. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Right now, we're here to play Dungeons and Dragons. So,
with the lack of dragons.
You've all... Oh, you want a dragon?
Yes,
okay, no problem.
Dragon.
No problem. Okay, here we go. So, you have all just stepped out of this game room sort of environment where you faced off against the Maestro in a game of dragon chess. Seemingly, you had won, in which case you would get all of the things that you were asking for. You had made a deal before playing. Had he won, you would all be his servants for the rest of time. Had you won, he would leave your world alone and he would return the hammer. But if there's one thing you should know about Yugoloths, it is something that they do not have in common with their devil cousins. They are not bound to any deals that they make. The Maestro basically flipped you off, said fuck off, and he's not giving you shit. Luckily, somehow, Lopsoc, you ended up with the hand of the Yagnoloth, the general of the Maestro. And you seem to have access to opening all the doors and all of the different magical obstacles that have been in your way. And you opened up the door from this game room and you stepped out onto a large bridge. And Thanthui, upon research, you realize that this is the hellscape known as Avernus, the first layer of the 9 hells. It is like a wasteland, vast, ashen plains, covering rubble and occasional lines of foothills, and mountains heaped with broken rocks, obsidian, and quartz. Just armies of devils and demons fighting, whole castles broken, built, some floating in the sky. There's an ever pouring of fiery meteors and fireballs falling. This innate screaming of souls is just heard in the air. A ubiquitous presence of rocks and boulders, some of which seem to resemble tormented faces and shapes of creatures, are rendered into the very terrain. You are walking across a bridge which seems to be maybe 1,000 feet in the air, that's connected between 2 looming towers that are floating in the sky, billowing with hellfire underneath them that are keeping them afloat. These towers are clearly the main fortress of the Maestro himself. There's no sun or stars in the sky, only blackened clouds with light emitting from the bursting of constant explosions and fire in the upper atmosphere. So yeah, that's what you see as you're walking across this bridge. Are you all just quietly walking across the bridge, or what?
Yeah.
You think we're gonna run across any of the monsters we've killed?
Hopefully.
I mean, maybe not the exact ones. I'd hope they'd stay dead.
Well, if this is hell and they're all monsters when they be here, once we kill them.
You make a good point.
Maybe they went to Monster Heaven.
I mean, that one was kind of like a dog, right? Don't all dogs go to heaven?
So when all monsters go to heaven?
If we've killed them once, we can kill them again.
At the end of this jagged bridge, you reach finally you moved from one looming tower across this bridge to the other floating looming tower, and you've reached another door ahead of you. This one is like almost like a deep blackened stone. There seem to be stained glass windows that encircle this tower rising upwards. It's almost like a cathedral, but there's a large door ahead of you with demonic symbolism etched into the wood.
Do you think he's gonna expect us to be able to come through the main door? I mean, probably not, right?
Well, he kind of expected us to get through to play the chess game, so probably already knows.
But he probably doesn't know how we got through. We could have just gotten through by dousing ourselves with blood, remember?
But he would see us doused in blood.
Well, most of us were covered in blood.
But not all.
Well, regardless, do you want to search around this place for another entrance, or do you just want to go in gun blazing? I think we only have one gun in the party, right?
Well, technically I have 2.
All right, guns blazing then.
Yeah, I'm mostly just bash the skull in type of person, so...
So Lopsoc, I'm assuming that you open up the door?
Yeah, I try with my...
Yeah, you wave your hand again. This blue flame encircles around your little hand. And I keep calling it a little hand, but it's regular size. And the blue flames go around the door, and I'll delete your characters. I'll fucking do it. But yeah, so the flames go around the door, and suddenly the stone door just slowly starts to open. Inside this darkened, looming castle, Again, these red stained glass windows take up a lot of the walls. The stained glass shows different demon and devil lords and archdevils in charge of their armies, and it sort of tells the story of the blood war between demons and devils, and it shows figures. Some of them look like the Maestro, some of them look like the creatures that you saw during the chess game. You see those types of creatures helping both sides during the war. The moment that you step in, you see to your left is a small little room, and to your right is a small little room. Are you all trying to go in quietly?
Sure.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too confident.
Yeah.
So-
I only have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Roll for a collective stealth, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
really
hell
good at
yeah, though.
Nat 20.
Do you see that disadvantage stealth? A 20 and an 18 and a +1.
That's pretty fucking good.
My disadvantage is 15 and 23, so.
Okay. All right. So taking all of these stealths into consideration. Okay. So when you first walk inside, the air smells of sulfur, of death. You would see a room, a small circular room to your left, where there seems to be some sort of magical circle, and in the center of it, some sort of item is floating there, surrounded by magic. When you look to your right, there's another item there that's floating in magic. Clearly, this is the place where some magical items are kept. This is definitely where you would assume the real Maestro is. What do you guys do?
Danbury wants to investigate the floating item to the right.
Yeah, that one to the right, Thanthui. What you see is, hold on, I have it here.
David's like, free item?
I'm investigating the one to the left.
So, the one on the right, Thanthui, what you see is a staff. And this, what you see is a staff floating in the magic, Thanthui. It looks like it's made of an old rotted wood with holes in it, and in each of the holes, small little bugs and insects are living inside. As the staff moves up the shaft to the top, you see two broken skeletal faces there. One looks like the skull of a demon, and one looks like the skull of a devil. And there's centipedes and worms coming out of their eyes. And it's
This one's kind of gross.
to the left there, Bonnie. What you see is what looks like a fiery helmet. It almost looks like a crown.
Ooh, this one's pretty. I'm gonna take it.
That would be a bad idea.
I'm gonna grab.
I mean, at least let me grab the stuff down with the demon hand.
That's what Bonnie does, so you might have to stop her.
I'm on the other side. No, Tyrannus will stop you.
Just say.
Don't touch it, Bonnet. Do you remember that what happened last time he put something on it? It's still attached and it's literally killing you.
And it looks like it's a magically treated devil's skull. It does not have horns, though. But as it floats there in the magic, suddenly fiery horns emit from the skull, and the eyes burn with fire.
We should take this.
I mean, shouldn't we, like, figure out what it does before
can
we
figure
go
that out
grabbing it?
later. We just take it now and deal with it later. You're the magic guy. You should know what it does.
Can I identify?
You can cast Identify, yes.
Okay, I would do that. Mask of Hellish Fury. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. I think this might be useful for one of you.
Which one?
I think Belgarath is really gonna like this item. You know,
Stuff?
you get angry in combat, right?
I get angry out of combat, but yes.
Yeah, but you know, when you're in a rage, I think, you know, this gives you these wings. It's going to double your jumping speed. You're going to be real good at leaping around. And it's going to give you advantage on, what's the in-world? You're going to be better at intimidating things, too.
I like the sounds of that.
And it's going to, you'll be able to understand a couple more languages, mainly the languages they use down here.
That's useful, I guess.
I mean, maybe not to you. I figured you'd like the wings when you get angry part.
The wings? The wings sound awesome.
It doesn't seem like a inherently dangerous or cursed thing, though.
Balgrath, extends his hands. Gimme.
Fine, I guess you can have it.
It's still floating. I just want to let you know, it's still floating in the magic. There's a ritual circle on the floor that is holding the item.
Oh, I just walked away because Balgrath wants it, so I figured Balgrath would just go grab it. I'm not going to grab it if I'm not going to take it. What about the thing over there that we found?
I don't know, it's some stick.
I mean, I can only identify a certain number of things a day, but you really want to know.
You're all magical and powerful. You can identify for all the items in here.
Yeah, I hate first level spell slots too.
Are there any other items, or was it just the two?
That's all you see so far.
If Lopsoc sticks the finger of his demonic hand into the magic, does it do anything?
You're using the Yagnoloth's hand?
Yeah.
You're able to go in, yeah, and it's fine.
Hey guys, I figured it out. I figured out the puzzle. Here's some magic items. Let's see what else we can find.
That fucking hand.
Just grab them all, and then we can identify them all later.
My strategy was you guys were going to cut off the hand and have to use the hand different ways. I wasn't expecting one of you to actually just have the hand.
You cut off my hand.
It was a good idea at the time.
All right, you're able to grab the mask out safely, Lopsoc, with your hand.
I'll just toss it to Balgrath.
The magic in the ritual circle just recedes and then burns to the ground and disappears.
Ooh. New treasure.
Yeah.
Grab the stick too.
Yep. Grab that, hand it to Thansui.
You grab that stick and hand it to him. You don't know what it does yet. Did you identify it?
I didn't identify it. I thought Thansui rolled something on it. I don't remember if he figured out too much.
He doesn't know what it does, but that's fine.
You'll probably use this eventually. Let's see if there's any other magic items before I go identifying what's here.
All right. So
there's usually one for each of us in things like this.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Bonnie breaks the fourth wall.
All right, Thansui, you step forward, and what you see ahead of you is the Maestro is sitting upon his throne. This whole entire room is covered in some sort of red, viney, fiery plant that seems to have grown inside all around this place. Two extremely dangerous looking Yugoloths are standing at each side of this fiery pit that's in the middle, and within this pit seems to be a large anvil. And you see the Maestro is there with the hammer, and he puts down a sword, and then he slams the hammer down onto the sword on this forge, and this corrupting fire with shadowy magic goes into the sword, and suddenly the sword grows eyes all along its blade, and then teeth along its edges, as he's created another corrupted item. They don't see you, it seems. They're facing away from you, looking at the forge.
Anybody else gonna walk up with me?
Sure. They're gonna hear it be a body, though.
And
we're walking quietly, but we have a collective stealth, so hopefully it's good enough.
It's up to you, dude. So what do you do?
He is going to identify, look through his monster manual, and figure out which kind of Yugoloth.
All right. I believe I have it under if things go badly. While
I like that he
Thanthui's
said it's under if things go badly.
That's never good.
I think we should, look around a little bit more as much as we can.
Oh, without drawing attention.
Yeah, if we're all stealth, I mean, you never know.
I hope the mask that I was given isn't cursed.
I mean, I didn't really see a curse on it. I feel like I would have seen a curse.
It's from hell. It's probably cursed.
I don't know. I mean, the Maestro's up there. He's clearly using that. He's using my hammer wrong, but he's making cursed items, but I don't know that he's putting the cursed items in the display cases. I think this is stuff that he's taken from other people.
So did he say it's a full skull, or is it like a mask of a skull?
It's the mask of a skull.
Okay.
They made a mask out of the skull. Thanthui, you would identify this as something called a Nikoloth. And there's two of them, and they seem to be just like standing there guarding. And then the Maestro picks up the blade and he hands it to one of them.
This will do nicely, Maestro.
Yes. Soon I will be able to make several items for your army. I only make my best work now. The mistakes I made at the beginning I sold off to the mortals of that pitiful world. But now that I've mastered how to use this runesmith hammer, I will be able to make items that will turn the tide in the blood war.
We're probably gonna need to know what that staff does. There's a bunch of guys in the next room. Here, give it here, Thanthui. I'll check it out.
Hand it over.
That's what I'm gonna identify.
Jeez.
Oh boy. This is an interesting one. It's a staff of rotten decay. You can cast a couple spells out of it. Probably has insect cloud and curse in it.
Curse?
It's got infestation or insect plague. And you've used a staff before, right? They have a bunch of charges. Each of those uses a different amount of charges in it.
Never used one, but I can learn.
And you notice that as you're holding it firmly, Lopsoc, suddenly your hand starts to darken and slowly boils start to grow upon the hand.
Obviously, it's not very nice to your flesh, but from what I'm seeing, it's not permanent either.
Which hand is he holding it in?
I assume he's holding it in the demonic hand because that's the only one that has flesh on it.
Well, Thanthui's going to... Well, seeing what it's doing to his hand, Thanthui doesn't want to really hold it. For now.
You give it to Tyrannus, he'd probably have a hard time saying no to it.
We didn't do the same thing to him, though.
No, it will. It only lasts for like 3 days.
Well, Thanthui will hold it then.
Thanthui, as you hold it, suddenly your hand that you're holding it in darkens to an ash gray. Black veins bulge halfway up your forearm as boils and rotten flesh start to take hold. Maggots and flies suddenly start surrounding your hand as it's slowly corrupted. A little bit of your bone starts to become exposed. Gross.
Just careful who you touch with it.
You all hear the smashing of the runesmith hammer once again against the anvil. And one more weapon for you as well.
Excellent, Maestro. We will remember this.
We should get in there because they're just going to get more powerful the more weapons he makes.
Well, it sounds like they both got weapons now, so.
Was there anything else in the area, or like?
There seem to be other rooms with possibly other things, but I mean, do you want to take the risk and go there?
Well, think we can deafen the two Yugoloth so they won't hear us moving at all.
So do we want to take a look around, or do we just want to kick some ass?
We might find more things in here that will help us.
Yeah, we might need a little help kicking ass here. These guys look pretty strong.
That's...
Again, you guys are pretty much cloaked in shadow. A lot of this place is not lit up by any means. Really, it's just the forge that's really letting off any light. The Maestro seems completely distracted as he's forging new weapons for these two Nigoloths. He sits back in his throne. I need everybody to roll another stealth check, because it's been a while. Okay. Well, okay. As Thanthui and Bonnie, you start heading over to the right there, and you see a door ahead of you. You accidentally step on a broken piece of painted glass that's upon the floor. The Maestro immediately turns his head towards you. And the two Nigoloths turn around as well. They have their large wings spreading outwards. These are very devilish looking things. They have 4 arms, horns. They're at least like 12 feet tall, large bat-like wings. And they're holding these special weapons that the Maestro made for them. And they look over at you. The Maestro.
Can I take advantage of the situation, just kind of run forward and make an attack?
Oh, if that's how you'd like to proceed, then yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Because, like, I feel like they've spotted us now, like, more or less, like, fuck it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we hit combat, Belgrath would have put on the mask right away.
Okay, you put on that mask. And the Maestro just sits back in his throne chair, and he's like, so you made it into my chamber. And Ben runs up and attacks.
Let's see, I'll run up to about here and cat's out of the bag, boys. And I'll pop off a shot or two at this one here to the right.
Okay.
Would I get an advantage since it would be like a surprise attack?
No, they all just noticed you all. They're not surprised.
Oh. It's 12 and a 7.
Yeah, you go pop. And both miss, by the way. And also, that 7 is a nat 1.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. So,
well, my gun would malfunction.
Yeah. So you go pop. You shoot the 2 bullets. The Nigoloth there just uses his sword, and he cuts the 1 bullet that comes flying towards him. And then your gun malfunctions. You're like, oh, fuck, shit. And then the Nigoloth just speaks. Maestro, what is this? Who are these mortals and why are they interfering in this deal? Oh, these are the peasants who interfered with my business back in Varian. If you help me kill them, I'll make sure to make some extra weapons for you for free. The 2 Nigoloths, clearly, you would all get a feeling, are not devoted to the Maestro. They are simply here for a deal. Okay?
If I get that feeling, Lopsoc would speak up.
You definitely get that feeling. The 2 Nigoloths just look at each other, almost grunting, like, ugh. Like, this is...
Maestro, you made a deal and you broke it. We beat you at a game.
Hey now.
And you just left.
We could use this. The Maestro hired us to come and betray you and kill you and take the weapons so that he could keep everything for himself.
And if you get my hammer back, I'd be happy to make you a weapon that's more powerful than the shit he's handing you right now. I actually know how to use that thing.
He's the original runesmith. I've seen the stuff he can create. It's worlds beyond anything this phony can come up with.
The two Nikolots look at each other. Roll a persuasion check.
Am I in on this too?
I will allow all three of you. Belgrath with disadvantage. I'd say Ben and Lopsoc with advantage.
Couldn't Belgrath
Just
have an intimidation because of the mask?
Well, I'm not intimidating though.
Well,
Well, the thing, no, I'm just saying that devils and all that respect deals. So I thought maybe they would be like, oh, he's disrespecting a deal he made.
I feel like as soon as he said that, fucking Griffin and
So I
I
thought
were on
they
the
would like
exact same
dislike
page,
it.
like,
He would
okay.
dislike him more because he broke a deal he made. So
The two Nikolots look at each other, and then they speak in Abyssal.
an 8.
Does anybody understand Abyssal?
I do
Belgrath
right
does.
now. I
So
do
he
right
can't
now.
with his mask.
Oh, okay. So Belgrath, you
But
okay?
13.
A little bit better. They look at each other and they speak.
What do you think? I do not know. I know that I don't trust the Maestro as far as I can throw him. But the mortals, how else would they have gotten here if not for him?
You can trust us more than him. The man beside me right now is the original owner of that hammer. And I found contracts in the office that pretty much belongs to the Maestro making phony enchantment items.
They look at each other and they look,
So the items you could be holding right now could be phonies.
and they look at the items and the Maestro.
You little shit.
Then the two Nikolots look at each other, and then they look at the weapons that they're holding. And then they turn back to the Maestro. In an instant, the Maestro raises his hand, and when he does, suddenly those weapons he made for them start to shimmer and then become hot, and then slowly the Nikolots turn to stone.
You bumbling baboons. You have interfered and ruined this for me. I am going to make sure you die a painful death for this.
As the two Nikoloths are no longer in the equation. Now standing there, you would see he just starts to fuse magic into himself. He's holding this hammer as his weapon, and his body grows a little bit. He's now like 12 feet tall. The two Nikoloths are now just stone statues at each of his sides. And he throws the hammer, and the hammer just smashes into both of the statues. The Nikoloths just crumbling into dust. And then the hammer swings around and flies back into his hand.
It's time to end this game.
Roll for initiative.
It's time to duel.
And I guess we're going to ignore the two Nikoloths. You guys are going into it with no two Nikoloths.
Fuck. Wow. Why do I always roll high on my initiative? I wish I rolled yours. I'm afraid, Michael.
I guess.
Please.
I guess
I
me.
guess it's good because the healer's last in case something happens.
True. I guess me and Bonnie are going at the same time.
I love that they totally, like, after I tried to shoot them, totally disregarded that. Once I was like, no, we're here to kill you. Blah, 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 blah.
Initiative order starting with Belgrath.
Oh, sorry. 12.
Okay.
My mind just went blank there.
Tyrannus.
8.
Thanthwy.
1.
Oh my gosh. Bonnie.
12.
Ben.
20.
Lopsoc.
11.
Ooh, mid-range there. Well, I guess that's actually really low compared to everybody else. And the Maestro rolled a 19. So we're going to start with Benjamin Grimshaw.
Always. I fucking hate it. First of all, I'm gonna command my turret to attack the Maestro. Then I will use my Ray of Frost. Shoot him.
Okay, so you run across the room, position the turret.
And 15 for my attack. And then
15 misses.
for my second attack, I will use my working pistol. Take a shot.
Okay.
That's 25.
25 hits.
I hope so.
So that will be 12 piercing damage. Did you want me to roll for my cannon now?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, it's a nat 1. It ain't doing nothing this round.
Yeah, so your gun locks up, or it's going to miss a turn.
I figured it's
Yeah. The turret goes, and you're like, oh shit, I should have reworked those wires. Okay, so is that the end of your turn?
That is it, yeah.
Next is the Maestro. So the Maestro, he creates a wall of fire on a solid surface within range. The wall is 60 feet long, 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick. From here to here. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, so now there's a wall of fire cut between you guys and him. He's also going to use hypnotizing gaze. Okay, so his eyes sparkle with a light. I target you, Ben. If you can see him, which you could, through the flames, you must succeed on a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw, or you will be charmed.
18.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You are now immune to it for the next 24 hours.
Fucking idiot.
Okay, that's the end of his turn.
Fuck your charm.
Next is Belgrath.
I don't like being charmed. Last time I stuck my head in a fucking
That wall of flame is a bitch. Let's see.
Jump over it with your new wings.
20 feet tall.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Oh,
able to
he's got
make
the
it.
wings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You like jump it
Does
with
it
your
actually
new.
double it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it
almost
does
like
double it.
those were designed for this.
That's
perfect.
true.
Inadvertently, do it.
That's actually true. So, well, I was planning on going rage anyway. So, Balgrath goes rage.
yep.
Yeah, totally trap yourself on the same side as him.
Yeah, but wouldn't you get damage?
No, if I go through it for the first time, but if I jump over it, I'm pretty sure I won't take damage.
It's
And plus, if
20
I jump-
feet high.
I have 40 speed and my jump, and I think how jump works is it's double. You can jump the height of your strength.
Well, I know,
So
but the
that's-
ceiling's 20 feet. So
ceiling's 20 feet.
you can't jump over it unless you're gonna crash through the ceiling and come back down.
Okay, then I'll just go rage.
Okay.
I'll move like right here,
Okay.
and I'll use.
You're a dragon. You're fine.
I'm not a dragon.
Just walk through it.
I'll use
Hit him, get rid of his concentration.
Run up and poke him in the eye.
Bonnie, you're next.
I know.
And then it's Lopsoc, and then Tyrannus, and then Thamply.
I'm gonna use, let's say, 3 charges of my wand of magic missile
Okay.
to cast a level 3 version of magic missile. It's 1d4 plus
Okay,
1.
it's a 3rd level spell.
Yes.
Okay, I cast Counterspell as a reaction.
Would that ruin his concentration? Because he's concentrating on this spell
That's
right
not
now.
how it works, David. Counterspell is a reaction. It's not a concentration spell. Okay, and it's 3rd level, which I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3rd level or
what I
lower,
was
the
trying to
spell
do.
fails and has no effect.
Okay.
So you
Belgrath has
attempt to use the wand, the arcane energies come out of it, and then suddenly they just dissipate. A barbarian using magic. How peculiar. And next is Bonnie.
Don't fucking have any idea.
Belgrath, just remember that you go after Maestro because I accidentally deleted you in turn order. And I don't feel like going back, so.
Wow.
Fuck.
Bonnie, what are you doing?
I don't know.
I said to be ready.
I know, but he's got that. I don't have any range really, unless I unequip and equip and all that stuff. So, Bonnie will slip into here and see if there's anything that she can use.
Okay, Bonnie abandons the battlefield and goes into a room to go loot stuff. Bonnie, ahead of you there, you see a book floating in a magical circle.
Don't grab it. We've already learned.
It looks like an old, large grimoire of some kind with demonic iconography all over it.
All right, well, that was what, 5, 10, 15 feet. She'll go her other 15 feet. That's her movement.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll just say, "There's a book in there."
Okay.
I guess I'll hold action.
Okay.
For when it comes down, I'm going to go and attack him with Bonnie's Bane.
Okay. So, Bonnie, you now take 5d8 fire damage because you ended your turn within 10 feet of the fiery wall.
Well, oh, okay. See, I was counting each of these squares
30 fire damage.
Well, hold on. I was counting each of these squares as 5, so I was on this one right here because I thought it was 5 and 10.
What difference?
I thought each of these squares were 5 feet.
Okay.
That's why I ended it like right here. So it's 1, 2 away, 1 and 2.
It's yeah. You see all the arrows people are using right now? That's what matters.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that though.
Okay.
How do you do arrows?
Yeah, but David, that's where you ended your turn. I don't know what else. Like,
fine, whatever. But
you ended your.
So it's 30. It's 30 damage.
Yeah, you take 30. That's the max.
Sure.
So Bonnie is just lit aflame.
I don't roll anything for it?
Because you ended your turn there on purpose. So, yeah. When it enters the firewall, a creature takes the damage. Same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn or ends its turn there. The other side of the wall deals no damage. Okay. So, Bonnie is lit aflame. Go ahead. Griffin.
Lopsoc uses a bonus action to cast Misty Step to phase right on through this wall.
Mm-hmm.
Right up in
the Maestro looks
the
at
Maestro's
you.
face.
You.
I came back for my hammer.
It doesn't belong to you. It's mine. Your life's work. Corrupted. Cursed. You were meant to die when I hit you with this hammer.
And yet, here I am.
Finish the job.
I attack twice.
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, I can't activate my scythe. That's also a bonus action. It's a 27 to hit.
Ooh, hits.
And then a 26 to hit.
Both hits. You are a heavy hitter.
So I don't have anything special on this. So that's 13 points of damage for the first one and 9 points of damage for the second one.
Yep. So that's a total of 22.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is a silver weapon. That matters.
I like the imagery. It's you and the Maestro fighting over this forge on the other side of the flame wall. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, that's my 2 attacks and a bonus action.
Okay, it's now Tyrannus' turn.
Okay, Tyrannus is...
Wait, Adam. You gotta do your concentration.
Oh yeah, I took damage.
So you have to either it's 10 or whatever half the damage of he just dealt, whatever is higher.
Yeah.
Is your spell DC
11.
save.
Natural 20. I'm good. I'm concentrating very well while fighting. Okay, Tyrannus.
So, Tyrannus is going to run up next to Belgarath. Bonus action casts Shield of Faith on Lopsoc. And then...
Shit.
Then he's going to cast Guiding Bolt. 16 to hit.
16 misses.
Okay. And that'll be the end of Tyrannus' turn.
So I have Shield of Faith up.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be the end of Tyrannus. Fan 3. As his bonus action, going to cast Shield of Faith on Bonnie. And he is seeing Bonnie hurt. Cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So you're gonna go behind Bonnie and for 26.
Holy
plus
crap.
5.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
So 31. You heal her for
There you go.
31 damage. Wow. Bonnie, you're feeling much better now. And Thanthui, where are you going to end that turn?
Behind
Do
Bonnie.
you want to make sure that you're in the right spot? Yeah. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
11.4 feet away.
Okay. End of your turn, Thanthui.
You guys 15 for
Benjamin Grimshaw.
So I'm gonna move. So I'm moving my turret out of the danger zone so it can still move. And then I will command my turret to continue attacking the Maestro.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I will use another Ray of Frost, which is a
That
20.
hits.
So that'll be 2 cold damage.
This little ding on his face. He's like, what the fuck? Also, how the fuck would the cold damage go through a firewall?
It's ice, okay?
That's why it was 2. It was actually 20 before it went through the
You guys would
firewall.
see this large beam of cold just go flying through the firewall. It just hits, and then it ends up just being a little icicle that flies through and hits him in his eye. He's like,
A minor inconvenience, yeah, take that.
I'll roll the concentration, but
And I'm also going to shoot him. with my
I took
functional
damage,
pistol.
so let me... I accidentally rolled intelligence last time, but it's the same modifier.
24.
Yeah, I think I'm still concentrating. Okay,
It's 14
misses.
for my revolver.
Misses. Don't forget to roll for your...
And 6 for my turret.
Okay, these bullets ain't getting through.
I'm going to use my action surge, though.
Okay.
And I'm going to pop off another shot. 18.
Oh, misses. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's just free thing.
20 hit, 18 miss. What do you think his AC is? Okay.
Alright, and then that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Next is him. Looking at Lopsoc. Angry. Okay, what can I do to fuck you up?
Giving me my hammer back would probably fuck me up pretty hard.
He's just going to slash at you. First, he's going to use Hypnotic Gaze on you. Okay, so you need to roll a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Not great for me. That's really not great for me.
Hypnotic Gaze. What did you get? A nat 1?
Nat 1, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to do my attacks all at once, too. This is tragic end for you. Because I get to attack 3 times. 1, 2,
Miss.
3.
Miss. Miss.
What?
22 because of Shield of Faith.
Okay. You are stunned, though, because of the Hypnotic Gaze. Therefore, I have advantage on attacks. So really, the first attack's 19.
I mean, try 3 more, by
I'm
all
gonna do
means.
3 more.
The first one definitely misses.
Yeah.
Because it's a 19 and a 15. Second one definitely misses. Third one hits.
Finally, Jesus Christ. So he goes to slash at you. How are you dodging these attacks as he's trying to strike you with your own hammer?
I mean, if I'm stunned, I feel like I just kind of like sway.
You're just swaying back and
I'm
forth.
just kind of swaying like a snake coming out of a basket, you know?
Yeah. Eventually, finally, he gets one hit, and it's right on your head again where he hit you before, and you fall down to your knees. Yes. Now I'm going to finish the job. So, you take 22 damage.
All right.
from this hammer attack. And when he strikes you this time, a chunk of your skull is cracked and falls off to the side. And this cursed pain just cripples you throughout your body as you're stunned.
No one to save you. No Raven Queen. You brought these little mortals into hell for a hammer. Oh. I'm going to kill each of them one by one, and then I'm going to keep you here as a disembodied soul. I will enjoy listening to your agonizing screams day in and day out when I forge you into a weapon.
And that's the end of the Maestro's turn. It's Bonnie's turn.
Does this... No, it's Belgrass, but does the spell or anything loses concentration on the firewall?
No.
Or no?
Belgarath, your
Damn.
turn.
So Belgrath will actually take the javelin from his back and throw it at the Maestro.
Really? Okay, sure. Go ahead.
I don't want to go near that firewall.
Okay.
Don't you have like resistance to the fire?
I do have resistance to all damage, but still, I don't want to take damage. I just want to go in there.
But you attacking him and getting down that firewall helps us all attack him and get down and kill him.
Why don't you do it then, Dave?
Did you throw?
I don't have resistance.
All right, throw the thing.
I'll throw my javelin. 9 to hit.
No. It was never going to hit. Come on. No. Did not hit. What do you do?
Fuck it then. It'll move through the firewall
Oh, shit.
and end up right there. Right there. Half that.
Yep, you take half of that, so you're going to take 14 damage. That was almost max damage it could do. 30 was the max.
And then I am going to try to hit him with my club.
From behind, I'm going to say that considering he's concentrating on him, you'll have advantage on the attack. He doesn't see you coming.
There's 20, unnatural 20.
That hits.
So that'll be 11 damage.
Okay. You smash him in the back of the head.
I'll be right
Is
back.
that the end of your turn?
Yes, that's the end
Okay,
of my
Bonnie.
How do you do that arrow thing?
Go to the ruler on the left side.
The what?
There's like the arrow, the eye, the
It's the fourth
glass,
thing
and
down,
the ruler.
and that when you hover over it, it'll say snap to center, snap to corner, no snapping.
Oh, okay. That firewall needs to come down. I can't do anything.
Maybe hold action.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to move my...
Move further away from the wall. You're gonna chill on that side.
Oh my god, now I can't get my character. What the hell's going on?
Now you gotta
Yeah.
click the mouse again.
Move it a little further. My goal is to be just further away, guys. I'm gonna have to hold action. I'm gonna have to hold action again. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, so you're going to hold action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, end of your turn. What are you holding action?
When that wall comes down, I'm gonna go and attack him.
Well, you won't be able to move.
Then I can't do anything, so whatever.
Okay. All right. You're so frustrated. All right. Next person to go is Lopsoc. You are stunned. So we skip you. You're stunned until the start of my next turn. Next is Tyrannus.
Now he's going to cast Guiding Bolt again. 21 to hit.
Oh, 21 hits.
That'll be 18 radiant
Yeah,
damage.
doesn't my concentration, like, my DC for it increase every time?
It just says you have to keep rolling a constitution on the higher number. So it's either 10 or the highest, half of the highest number, I believe, or something like that. Let me see.
I just thought it increases over time, every time I'm hit, but I may be wrong. We rarely face off against spellcasters.
Just says whenever you take damage while you're concentrating on a spell, you make a constitution saving throw to maintain concentration. The DC equals 10 or half the damage you take, which number is higher. If you take damage from multiple sources, such as an arrow or dragon's breath, you make a separate saving throw for each source damage.
Hold on, so you gave me 18 radiant damage?
So when earlier when you were hit like 3 times or whatever, then you should have taken one for each one of those.
Well, I've taken.
Technically,
Well,
yes.
what are you talking about? I've done it every single time I've been hit.
No,
You did it one time, like when Griffin hit you twice with the whatever else. You did it one time, not twice. You should have done it each time you're hit.
Oh, true.
Type of thing. Every time
You know
you're
what?
hit.
Then I'll give Tyrannus here a real chance. I'll roll. Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. You're right. I fucked up. I'm gonna break his concentration. I fucked up. That's my bad. Tyrannus's guiding bolt strikes him. And he goes blinded. Suddenly, the wall of flame disperses. Okay.
Dumb question, but can I cast another Shield of Faith on another
Who?
person?
Are you talking about Tyrannus or Thanthui? Is it concentration? Does it say you can only cast it once? Like, what does it say?
It is concentration. It doesn't say anything about.
Then no.
You can't do 2 concentration spells.
If you cast on somebody else, the first one you cast will disappear.
So then, that will be the end of Tyrannus's turn.
Next is Thanthui.
So Thanthui is going to step here, and then he is going to cast Prayer of Healing on Lopsoc and Belgarath, because no one else has
Okay.
damage. Bonnie, you're fine.
Yep, good.
Okay. And Ben hasn't been hit or anything either, so okay. It'll be 17 healing to Lopsoc and Belgarath.
Beautiful.
And then, as his bonus action, he's gonna do Spiritual Weapon, which would be 23 to hit.
That definitely hits. And also Spiritual Weapon, you
So
summoned
it'll
it?
be same thing as what he has, is just a water-shaped trident.
Guess the counter.
Sorry, I was just trying to make a double of you so you can move. I'm guessing you cast it over here. Okay, that's what I figured. So the Spiritual Weapon appears right behind the Maestro. It attacks, 23
That'll be
hits.
5 force damage.
Gotcha.
Okay, and
5 force damage. Oh shit. Tied to
that'll
turn,
be
and
the end of Thanthui's turn.
Ben, it's your turn.
So I am going to run up here, use my Ray of Frost again. That's 6 with a nat 1.
You are king of the nat ones today.
Yeah, right?
You go. Can you roll damage on Ray of Frost for me?
8.
Your Ray of Frost recoils, flies back, and you shoot yourself for 8 damage.
Alright, and then I will do something I haven't done before and take a shot here. But I'm going to expend a grit point, and I am going to use it for my Deadeye shot. So it will give me advantage on my attack roll.
Okay.
16. And then I will also attack
16.
with the cannon, which should just automatically attack to 19. So 16 and 19.
16 misses, 19 hits. What's the damage with the cannon?
Wow, really?
Ugh.
Jeez.
Your cannon explodes. Your turret explodes. He's failed twice now. He's dead. Your turret goes to fire, and he just goes.
Wasn't that just a 1 on the damage?
Yeah, that's the one on damage.
Oh my
It's
God.
like,
Oh god damn it! You're right. Fuck, that would have been fun. All right, fine.
fuck you.
Give me
Thanks.
3 little damage. You're throwing rocks at. Keep throwing rocks at me.
hey, fucking rocks are better than fucking nothing.
Fuck. Griffin's right. Yeah.
Fucking
All right.
trying to break my turret.
Next. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Next is the Maestro. How do I fuck you all up? Oh
question,
gosh.
Joe.
I'm no longer stunned, right? It's the start of his turn.
You're no longer stunned. You're no longer stunned. He's looking around a little bit weary now. He's going to use hypnotic gaze on Ben. No, wait, you're immune to it. Never mind.
You already called it out.
True. How would he know he's immune to it?
Oh, God.
Yeah, fuck you all. Fine. Whatever.
I was just...
He's going to turn back and he's going to attack Belgrath.
Dude, sometimes you just gotta be a dick.
11.
Misses.
11 to AC.
Hits.
19. 22.
Hits.
So he slashes at you with the hammer, Belgrath. You take a total of 20 damage in half.
10.
So you're looking at 10 damage.
Okay.
Fucking gadgets are failing me today.
Next is Bonnie.
All right. Finally.
Come on.
Wall of fire goes back up.
You know, Dave, you never did your ready action.
I couldn't move, apparently. Adam said it doesn't matter. I couldn't move, so it didn't matter.
Well, you can't. You can ready an action, but you can't do movement.
If he had like a ranged attack, he could have, but...
Oh, okay.
All right, so I go behind him. I'm going to use a Blood Curse of the Marked. But I'm going to amplify it, which will give my next attack an advantage.
Okay.
Good
So
luck, man.
that's my bonus. That's my bonus action, anyways. So and I can do 2 attacks with my Bunny Bane.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's the advantage one. So 21 to hit.
A hit. Hits.
All right. So that would be 5 damage for that, and then the second one, 17 to hit. Okay.
Misses.
But then I get 2. I get, because he's marked, I get to put 2 of the right damage onto him. Wow. That's wonderful. So 5.
Just stab yourself.
Well, no, because it's just damage. But so it's 5 damage with my silver blade and 2 damage for the radiant damage.
Okay, what's
7
the
damage total. 5 is...
Oh my God, all that for
Yeah,
7.
great, right? 5 is the silver with the silver blade. The other 2 are radiant.
Yeah, gotcha.
Dave and I are just
Okay.
literally fucking
And-
shooting him with fucking BB guns, just BB.
Right?
Yeah. Next, and David with a foam sword. Okay. Lopsoc.
All right. I'm going to use... I'm not considered flanking this guy, I assume. Okay, then I'm going to use a bonus action to channel divinity, which will give me advantage on all attack rolls against him for 1 minute. I'm going to smite into my first attack. That's a critical hit. Smite.
Oh my gosh! What the fuck?
How do you do criticals again? Because
You roll your damage and it gets
I will-
doubled.
I'll tell you how much damage you do when you roll
okay.
it.
So here's the
29 total, people.
Yeah.
29 total. That's a critical fucking hit, nat 20. Let's do this.
so the first
Did you use
I
one-handed
use
or
one-handed
two-handed?
with this.
It's a 30.
Okay, so
That's
28,
15.
which is 7. Yeah, so it's 14 plus 8 is what the crit should be.
Okay.
So 24.
And then I believe the smite gets doubled as well. Am I wrong there?
Yep, it
Okay,
does.
because I used a level 2. That's going to be 2d8, 48. So 18 doubled would be, oh boy, 36 points of radiant damage.
36 plus the 24. So we're looking at 60 damage.
You still feeling all right?
60 fucking damage. Wow. He's not dead, but
Well, I have
just
2
continue.
attacks.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
attacks.
Lops. You guys would see Lopsoc just like he says the incantation, whatever he says. There's a swirl of energy as he's swinging around. You leap in the air, and it's like when Thor stabbed Thanos at the end of where you just right into him. Didn't go for the head.
Didn't go for the head. All
Just
right.
missed that.
For the head.
Just
This
missed that.
attack.
He lets out a painful green blood spewing from his mouth. his eyes wide.
This attack also has
Your
advantage.
body glows with this. Oh my god. Let's go.
It's 15 on the first one. 22 on the second one should hit.
22 hits. Wow.
16 points of damage as Lopsoc's just like, you really shouldn't have come into my shop.
How does Lopsoc kill the Maestro?
I think he hits him with that really brutal slash, and it kind of causes the Maestro to wobble. And then he just zeroes in. He brings the scythe close to his chest, has the mug in his other hand, knocks the Maestro's just like X-style, lops the head off.
And his head just flies in the air and just floating slowly, and then just like lands on the hot anvil. His gray skin, his yellowy beady eyes, just this green blood all over there, and the head on the anvil just like slowly starts to just like burn and melt and then light a flame.
Well, if the head's on the anvil,
his body just...
you know Lopsoc's picking up his hammer.
And Lopsoc, you see there the body convulsing, still gripping your hammer, your runesmith hammer.
Reaches down.
Lopsoc, what do you turn the Maestro into?
Do I turn him into?
You have the power to do what he did to you. You can forge that head into an item, into a weapon, into a piece of armor, into anything.
That's a lot of power. I think he'd make it into like a pauldron, like a shoulder piece.
So you raise your hammer up and you slam it down upon the head on the forge. This fiery energy rises up. Your hammer's energy just explodes. There's a bright flash as suddenly this steaming piece of bony, sinewy pauldron is found there, just sitting upon the forge, magically infused with runes, perfectly made of the skull of the Maestro.
Well, thanks, guys. Couldn't have done it without you.
Did we get everything we need? The Demonicon thing too?
I think that might have been what you saw in the other room.
Ooh.
Then got blasted with fire.
So as you're all standing there around this fiery forge, and suddenly there's this sort of movement and a little crackle of energy from the side of the room as a figure steps in, seemingly out of the corner. And you see the robed jackal that you saw before, the one who you now would know would be named Beelzebub. He is the one who you showed the blood sword to, who allowed you passage into the next realm and was quite happy with the fact that you were going in there and sort of gave you an ominous sort of feel before you entered. He's got black fur, fine silk magical robes that sort of shimmer with magic. He has white horns protruding from the top of his head that are all gnarled and they glow a white glow. And he has these beady yellowy eyes, and he has red paint stripes. And so you were successful, Lopsoc the Lush.
We managed.
I knew you could do it. With the Maestro gone, a void, a vacuum, if you will, has been created in the ranks of
the Yugoloths. You see, my master was not happy with the Maestro's performance, with his willingness to create such cursed items and unleashing them upon the mortal world. And so I offer you this, Lopsoc, that you stay here. You take the place of the Maestro.
Well, what's in it for me?
You will command legions in your name. You see, our work here was not for domination, but for a greater cause. The Maestro, it was an Ultraloth. They always give in to their primal nature, their worser demons and ambitions, and ultimately fall like all others before them. But you were immortal. You knew love. You knew hate, war, pain. These are things this creature never fully grasped. If you stay here and work for us, you can forge weapons that will be so legendary, they will become myth. You will have the power to make weapons that the gods will one day hold dear. It all begins here.
Well, am I right in assuming you're not going to leave me alone if I go back to my shop?
I do not see how that could be an option. He sort of waves his hand towards you. Given your current state, the mortal world is not accepting of those who are cursed like you.
Well,
if you wish to instead leave and return to your shop, then I will respect that decision.
and what of my friends? They're free to go?
And he snaps his finger, and when he does, a portal slowly forms behind him.
I am no monster. I may be a scoundrel, but I also am a curator of fine things. These mortals you have brought to help you, they have a greater purpose. One that is not mine to interfere with.
All right.
The decision is yours. I shall leave you to decide.
And he sort of steps back towards where the portal was.
Well, seems I can't really reverse what happened to me. Seems like I'm gonna be stuck like this one way or another. I don't know. What do you all think?
He's right about, people not accepting others that are different. So you could do things here in the Raven Queen's name.
I thought about that, too. If I stay, I don't think I can keep this. I don't think it would be right to be in hell and use a weapon like this. And he would kind of, his raven-headed scythe, he would hold in his hand, kind of thinking. I think the Raven Queen would want this to go to somebody that would use it in her name. Bonnie, that seems like it'd be you.
Are you sure?
I can certainly make myself something new here. But this was kind of blessed by her. And I think I should pass it along if I stay here.
I don't know what to say.
Say you'll take it.
Of course. I will use it in the Raven Queen's name. It will cut down the monsters that I hunt.
You've heard me use it. I think you know what to say. Hold no pity for those who suffer and die, for death's cold embrace is a mercy. And the blade just lights up with that dark, shadowy energy.
Yeah, it's like a dark, shadowy smoke that then recedes into like a teal, spiritual energy.
But if I'm going to stay here, we have a couple things we have to do. I've got my hammer back. There's a working anvil right here. Let me get rid of this curse. I don't know, Balgrith, let me get you stuck out of your armor. It's like, keep using it for the safety feature, the joke feature I put in. Shouldn't really be doing that. Let me tweak it a little bit, see if I can help.
Ooh, okay. Belgrad hands the helmet to him.
Yeah, you grab the armor, Lopsoc, and with one swing of your hammer, you hit it, and the armor, then all the red runes upon the armor glow bright and then turn blue, and now the armor glows with blue runes instead of red.
This should help. Bonnie, get your hand close to the fire.
All right. She puts her hand over to the fire.
Which hand?
It's the left one, right? The one with the ring on
it. Yeah, you put the ring towards the flame, yep. And the ring suddenly glows green, and you would hear its sort of dark whispers. It almost sounds like a leech. It sounds like it's screaming as if it's scared.
You're gonna swing the hammer.
You swing that hammer down. There's a big green flash as the ring just crumbles down to smoldering smoke. Bonnie, you have a burn mark around the ring finger where it was. That's completely black, and no matter what form you take, you'll always have that scar.
It's around the wedding finger too. That's what she put it on, so it'll just look like a constant wedding ring.
Yeah, it's just completely black. Bonnie, you would suddenly feel as if you're able to become whatever age you choose.
Yes.
Again, you're no longer forced to be a bit older.
Oh, this feels better. She'll go back to 9.5.
Of course you do. Bonnie becomes much younger, Lopsoc. She's 4 or 5 years younger than she was.
Yeah, wielding that scythe, it's gonna be tall order.
When he hands you the scythe, that sort of teal glow energy on the eyes of the blade of the raven suddenly turns purple.
Yes.
And the wood along the edges has purple cracks moving up it.
I can feel the power. It'll be put to good use.
Well, I think I'm starting to make up my mind. Do a lot better in here than I'm going to do in my busted up old shop. But if you ever need me, I want to make it easy for you to find me.
How?
Well, I think all you really need is some of mine. That should make it easy for you to use magic to see where I'm at. You know, scrying and all that.
How do I do that?
Well, you have my scythe, and you have armor that I made, so I'm hoping that it's going to be easy for you to find me if you need me. I owe you all a great debt for helping me through this, for getting me my hammer back. Also, if someone wants this Maestro head, I can't stand looking at him.
It's this, it's sort of like a bony demon armor.
Bone?
It's made of bone, yeah.
I'll take it.
During this time, Tyrannus has moved over to the left side here, where he's rummaging through what looks like a desk that's just full of different tomes and stuff. And he grabs one of the tomes and communicates that he has found information on Salazar Black. I'm not going to play Tyrannus, so, but that's what Parker wanted to do. So, Thanthui, what are you doing?
Thanthui wants the book.
So, Thanthui, you go in there, and when you do, you notice that the ritual circle is completely dead with the Maestro's death, and the book is just sitting there upon the ground.
He's gonna take it.
Yeah, you pick it up. You feel whatever this is, it is extremely dark and extremely powerful. And you put it into your pocket?
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
In the meantime, I'll just be kind of like rummaging around in the background, seeing if there's anything of value.
It just happens to be in the other back room.
Well, everywhere else has been checked. Tyrannus run over here. Bonnie went over there.
When you enter this room, yeah, you actually find something in here floating. And it's strange. It seems to be, again, the ritual circle is dead, and this was the last room where there would have been an item. What seems to be a stone tablet. But what's strange about this tablet and what takes you back, and you're a bit taken aback by, is that it seems very old, but there seems to be an image on it of Bonnie.
Can I identify this item?
You can try. And when you cast your thing to try to identify it, it's a little bit of magic. And when you do, your heart starts to beat very quickly, and then you're just lost in this vision, Ben. You find yourself inside of a completely dark cavern. There are no walls, it's just complete darkness. And then you hear whispers all around you. And then you suddenly see flashes of lightning. And then you feel this encompassing force surrounding you. And then you see what looks like thousands and thousands of eyes staring at you. And then you pull back. And you're free again. You just gasp and you're just sort of That's what you got when you tried to identify it. I'll send you guys the photo of what the stone piece looks like.
So I will pick it up and kind of put it in my bag discreetly for now, and can let until I can kind of, because I don't want to alert or freak the rest of the party out. They already got enough.
So you guys would see Ben just come out of the room he was checking.
Like more or less for like Bonnie's best interest. Like maybe they shouldn't see this right now.
Tyrannus says, Ben, did you find anything?
Not really, just some stone thing.
Latrines were that way.
All right, good.
Well, it's been fun, guys. I appreciate it.
It's not every day you see a walking, talking skeleton. It's been interesting. And Ben will kind of walk over to shake his hand. Hope we meet again someday, friend.
Yeah, Lopsoc will shake his hand with daemon hand that he installed. This thing's gonna take a little bit more getting used to, but I really appreciate you helping me out with this.
Ben will kind of just tip his hat again. Anytime. Kind of head towards the portal.
Yeah, the curator is there and just gives you a nod, Ben, and allows you to walk through the portal.
Do you want the bones of your friend back?
I mean,
I know what bones they are. I keep track of all of them.
it seems like you're more meticulous about bones than I'm ever gonna be, and I'm pretty much just bones. You can keep them. I guess something in your past bested Cormac at some point, but he's long gone, and I don't know. Do his armor proud, I guess.
I will. It was good fighting with you.
Same to you.
Hope to see you again soon.
And Belgrath will head towards the portal.
Thanthui and Tyrannus will just... Thanthui's not good at goodbyes, so he'll just be like, well, it was a fun journey.
You know what they always say, it's not goodbye for good, it's just goodbye for now.
Yeah, we'll see each other again. That's always his hope.
Get that hand checked out, or don't hold that staff for 3 days.
Duly noted. And then Thanthui's gonna walk towards the portal.
This Tyrannus going with him.
What would Tyrannus
Tyrannus.
Yeah?
Do your best, Tyrannus, Michael. It'll be fun.
I don't even know what he would say. He'd just be like, well, it was good working with you.
That's what you say to an employee who's leaving, going to college.
Thanks
or
for making us
something.
fight extra fights, bud. You're real tied to that Arkstone. Keep good care of it.
Do you want it?
I can start my new collection here. Yeah, I'd love it.
He'd be so mad if I did that. Nope. We'll see each other again.
Bonnie will give him a hug. And then she'll say,
Although I find myself in a strange place, she guides my path evermore.
And Lopsoc would kind of kneel down. Take good care of the rest of them. They seem like good folks.
I always do.
I heard a little bit about what you are or what you might be in my past. I mean, you're impressive, don't get me wrong. You scare me a little bit too. But if you ever need anything, and he hands her the mug, you use this to scry through. You'll probably be able to see me better.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. And if you need anything, I'm sure you'll find a way to find us.
You're just giving away the whole fucking farm, eh,
Hey.
Griffin?
Hey, you gave it to me and that gave me agency. This is on you.
I don't fully know what you're talking about. I'm just a little girl. But, yes.
All right. Get out of here before they start wondering where you are.
Oh, I do have one more question for you.
Shoot.
That, blood sword. If I were to touch it, would anything happen to me?
I mean, I imagine if you were to wield it, it would work with you, but I don't know if you'd have as much agency in whatever it wants.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You be safe down here, okay?
Looks pretty safe in here now that all the Yule goths are gone.
Well, if there's any trouble, we'll be back. And we will help you do whatever is needed.
the show disappear.
And then the portal closes. Beelzebub, the Arcanoloth turns around, then slowly walks towards you. Lopsoc.
I must say I am happy that you have chosen to assist. When you learn of our great plan, I believe you will finally understand what all of this is for.
Well, I'm sure I'll learn that come days or weeks or years of working for you. But
oh, Lopsoc, you don't work for us. You work with us. Now, let us see what you can make.
he just kind of twirls the hammer, catches it in his hand. You got any cool materials for me?
Boom, we go back to Tanglewood Estate as you guys have just come out of the portal in front of your own home. Zoe comes out of the house, your owl bear companion.
I guess we're home. Interesting.
How do you know to send us here?
I'm going to say we don't question it.
You know me, I question everything.
Tyrannus says, if he wanted us dead, he would have killed us.
We didn't say anything about killing, but okay.
And then he walks up to Zoe and goes, who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? I love you so much. I love you so much. And Tyrannus and Zoe start, going back and forth on the floor, and he's snuggling her.
I don't know about y'all, but I got some blueprints to work out and design. I'll see y'all later. And he'll go in and start tinkering away and doing his thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's looking at that stone plaque. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Belgrath will follow Ben because he's interested in what he's making.
And as you all go in and decide what you're going to do now that you're back home, we are going to end this episode. All right. That's it. Griffin, thank you so much for coming to our show.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on and playing Lopsoc. He was an amazing character, and who knows, that might not be the end of him.
Just gotta look through the mug of ale.
He's my new best friend.
Thanks for making an OP character. It's a lot easier.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I gotta dumb down that site.
No, you can't. You gave it to me as is. That's the way it is. You're fine.
I can do whatever.
No. I decided.
All right. You just have to attune yourself to it, Bonnie.
That's what I'm doing right now.
That'll take a couple of years.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. We really appreciate that you came on, and once again, let's just remind all of our viewers where they can hear your show.
HideousLaughterPodcast.com. You should go check it out.
There you go. Check it out now, right now. Pause this, go over there, check out their show, The Hideous Laughter. It's an amazing show. Lots of episodes too. What do you guys
disregard our website and go to their website?
By the time this comes out, we'll probably be in the 140s.
Damn.
That's about where we're at, because our first campaign was about 106, and then now we're at episode 25-ish of this one, so we're close. Yeah, that's awesome. That's amazing. So if you're still hungry for some tabletop adventures, go check out The Hideous Laughter. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and everything at Stubborn Heroes. And until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
hope this message finds you well, Master. Once again, your wisdom was flawless. The mortals known as the Six succeeding in dethroning the Maestro, just as you predicted. Their involvement was imperative to installing the runesmith, who will now serve under our influence. I do not question your reasoning, although I do not understand why you insist on letting them leave. But I trust in your wisdom that they will become useful in the events that are about to transpire. The blood moon is on the horizon, and soon all will be set free by your will, Master Osmond.
This fall is a little more than I expected. In so deep I can barely see myself. Yeah, around me feels so heavy but depleted. But I find this the place to test myself. 'Cause it's here where I lay in my blanket of despair, where I'm weak but I'm strong, and black smoke fills the air. Where I'm burning, broken, battered, bruised, I'm blind, but I'm seeing. I'm lost and found and almost drowned. I'm so far from believing. Whoa, I'm bleeding, but I'm breathing. Whoa, in darkness I find meaning. Whoa, I'm broken, but I'm healing. Whoa, I'm bleeding, but I'm breathing. I'm burning low, but I can see no finish line. My demons tell me I should quit and turn back. The smallest flame can light up the darkest night, but it's not enough to keep them off my track. 'Cause it's here where I lay in my blanket of despair, where I'm weak but I'm strong, and black smoke fills the air. Where I'm burning, broken, battered, bruised, I'm blind, but I'm seeing. I'm lost and found and almost drowned. I'm so far from believing. Whoa, I'm bleeding, but I'm breathing. Whoa, in darkness I find meaning. Whoa, I'm broken, but I'm healing. Whoa, I'm bleeding, but I'm breathing. Are my lungs enough for the smoke and dust, or will I lose control? I'll breathe it in, let the darkness wind put pressure on my soul. I hear the sound, no longer bound to the man I was before. For my broken mind, this is the time to build to something more. Here, where I lay in my blanket of despair,